All right there. Hello. My name is Kevin Maloney, and this is the first part of a two-part video detailing my work on the group project for Team Fortress 2, the payload map Tempest. So what we're looking at here is the first white box. Kind of blew my mind to check it out. I haven't looked at this in months. This was the first white box based on our paper plans that we did at the end of August, and here we are mid-October, so we've come a long way. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the map itself, talk about a bit our pre-production a little bit, highlight a few areas, and then we'll move on to the after shot where we are currently. So my section, this might be a little bit jarring, but we'll just rock through here and I'll show you. From this line here to down here, the very beginning section is the one that I'm doing. And we've divided it up essentially into three sections. I'm responsible for this, Dave's responsible for the center, and Jameson and Robin are responsible for the final. So what I have is the initial blue spawn and some opening buildings. So right away, one of the things we wanted in pre-production, we wanted to make a world that was consistent with the Team Fortress 2 universe, and we wouldn't have to make a lot of custom art assets for. So we settled on a shipyard, because it's sort of the proto-industrial kind of stuff that TF2 goes for. And the goal of any payload map is for the blue team to push the cart to the end, which is always the red base. And the red base in this case features a submarine, and that kind of goes with the whole sort of Cold War aesthetic of Team Fortress 2. So yeah, that's what we decided to do, and the team was pretty happy with that. We had 2 meetings for doing some paper plans, both of which are available on our blog. And yeah, then we started building. So this is what we wanted originally. Was buildings A and B here, a catwalk, a sort of a ramp path up here, and then that was it for the beginning sequence for the first section. So it wasn't very much, it was just some lines on paper and a little bit of photoshopping, and this was the first stuff that we laid down. So you can see it's just the cart heads this direction, it turns down here, and then things begin in Dave's section. So that's it for the first white box. As you can tell, it's all in dev textures, and things are pretty rough. But we'll now continue on to the latest section, and I'll talk about some of the changes I've made as we've moved along. Alright, coming up right away, part 2. So this is the same viewpoint in part 1, but as you can see, a lot has changed. This is where we're at now of mid-October, and a lot of work has gone into it. We've done a bunch of closed alpha testing with just a bunch of our friends, and we're getting prepared to go into open alpha, which is getting the map out on some public servers for more feedback. We tested a lot as a team, and we went through 4 or 5 different rounds of testing with our friends as well. So yeah, it's come along quite a lot. We've put a lot of the feedback in and spent a lot of time as a team running through this level, debating about how things should go. But in the end, each person is responsible for their own section, and they can make the final call. So yes, lots and lots has changed. So the first thing that happened was this cart path got moved over a bit, and these large blue containers got set in. And the reason for that was to prevent sniping. Some changes also happened to the blue spawn. It was possible before to shoot right through the opening gates into the spawn itself. As you can see, there's been a lot of props added and textures as we move through. That sort of work is very time consuming, but it's also a lot of fun too. So definitely the level's been taken on a lot more life, and we've got some actual textures going on now too. So that's been a lot of fun. So things that are the same, still have these two main buildings, still have a catwalk that runs up, but as you can see, firstly, the first thing we tried was just this area went up, and I added this piece of cover here. Then we discovered that when you're fighting down in this area, it takes an inordinately long time in terms of like play time to get up top. So this ramp was added here to assist getting up in this area. The next thing that was added was the back entrance here. This area was added to allow the blue team to get behind red and give them more alternate path, because unfortunately it was just way too defensible. And the idea of this one is, all design-wise, is for it to play pretty quick the first point, and red, the defending team, really can only slow blue down here. That's all they can hope for, and that's what we wanted, so that's what we made. Second thing that was added, this little platform's a recent addition, just to give the area some flavor. More has to be done, and is being done in these two areas here, because they still look like and feel like some just chunks cut out of buildings. So giving things a little bit more flavor here. That's coming along nicely. Next, without getting into how things progressed versus connecting up to Dave's section, this was added. Yeah, things could get to be a pretty long video if talked about how this evolved in relation to everything else on the map. But in any case, this section is added to connect to the rooftop of Dave's building C, and that's given an alternate route. The other thing that was added to this became a really intense choke point. Our map doesn't have many choke points. Payload maps do have choke points, and which are, defined sensibly enough as areas that slow down the action and/or are more defensible. So the only way to get through here is from this area here by this pumping station, and this was added. I added this area, this pumping station thing to slow things down. And the only other path, player path, is through here. So blue really has to fight to get to the second point, which is way over here on the boat. So yeah, that is the series of evolutions that more or less that we went through. You really gotta spend a lot of time in testing, especially with Team Fortress 2 as a multiplayer thing, because the way the class system works, and also because it's multiplayer, and also because it has a specific goal of pushing the cart. It takes quite a lot of testing, and yeah. So although quite a lot of time has passed, we've been putting in about 10 hours a week on this project, so it's not like our full-time deal, but it's definitely something we've enjoyed doing. The feedback's been really positive from our play testers, and we're really looking forward to it. So that is the progress of my section from where it went, basically adding paths to make one section less defensible, and having few paths to make a section more defensible. Missing from all that is a whole bunch of small tweaks, just in terms of like feeling, aesthetics, and just basic functionality. So that's where section 1 of Tempest is at. Thank you so much for watching, and do check the blog if you want to see more updated progress reports and where we're at in our testing cycle. Thanks so much.